Check this out. I saw something where a woman was saying, I think the guy was making 100K a year, and a woman wanted maybe like $6,000 to $7,000, probably even more, a month in allowance. And obviously, that's really delusional. That's crazy. But I don't want to get in. When people get delusional like that, if you talk about it, it's just crazy because it's objectively that's delusional. But let's break it down a little bit more. Like let's break it down to something that's not as delusional. Just a woman wanting some money at the end of the month for allowance, just for being with you or for being a woman. Let's just take it from there, right?
How much money does your husband give you every month to spend? That is a question I actually get asked a lot, and it really irks me, and let me explain why. We are a one income family. He pays all the bills. Like, he has the job, he pays all the bills. But
Message!
I take care of our house, which means that's my money too. He does not give me any money. We have an agreed upon limit that we can both spend every month that we're both comfortable with, like that is within our budget. So he gets an allowance too. Like, yes, he makes the money, but that is our money.
Message!
Do I technically get an allowance from my husband? Yes, I do, but it is one that I am comfortable with, and it makes a lot of sense to me.
Bro.
And honestly, it takes the pressure off. So if there's something that I want to buy, even if it's like on the more expensive side, if it's within that limit for the month, I am comfortable with that. Now, if there's something that I want to buy that's over that limit, then I will talk to him and we will discuss it and see if it fits into our monthly budget. But I honestly hate the question, hate the wording allowance, because he's not allowing me to have anything. That's our money.
Everything I just talked about before that's going on in this economy, in this world right now, that's the way the video game is set. It makes no sense to give a woman an allowance in this particular paradigm, even at $100,000 a year. If you ask me a question, Ronald, so how much did a woman get at that point? It's probably nothing. No allowance. As a matter of fact, I need you to work so we can live off of my income or your income, live off of one income so I can reinvest this money so we can possibly get you to the point where you can get an allowance. But that's going to take a couple of years. How many women are willing to get on board with that? That's very difficult. That's hard to ask. But there are women who understand that. There are women who understand that. If you're in a relationship right now, right? I don't know how long you'll be been in a relationship. Just think about it. You're in a relationship right now. Demand that your lady spend money on you now. Demand that you go half on things now. You see, in this economy, it's going to take two, maybe even three. It's going to take more than one because the affordability is an issue. Housing is an issue. Everything's an issue. So if it's going to take more than one person's income so you can prosper, so you can live in abundance, it's going to take more than one. If you get in a relationship or in a relationship where somebody's just taking from you, that's crazy. It makes no sense. And there are people who understand this, and I'm just going to play a video right here.
If that woman not spending any money on you, she don't like you like that. If you're the only one spending money every time y'all go out, that woman don't like you like that. If every time you all go out to eat, you always pay for the bill, you always leave a tip, and she never offers to pay the bill or to even just leave the tip, she definitely doesn't like you like that. She's definitely a self person. And baby, if you were to go broke, she'd definitely probably leave your ass.
That makes perfect sense. That drives home everything I'm saying. That's the type of woman right there that you want to be with, that understands, like, yeah, I'm going to have to put my part in, especially if you want to make it to the point where you're living abundantly. Women are acting backwards. You're taking from the man, or you want the man to provide this lifestyle for you, this money for you. And if he's doing it on a W-2, that means that he's employed. He can possibly lose that employment based on AI, a whole bunch of things. People downsizing, the economy is crazy. He can lose that employment. And once he loses employment, not only would a woman not be attracted to you as much as she was before, or maybe even not even at all, but now he has nothing, and he gave you all of his tools. See, I look at money as a tool. If we're in a relationship, right, and I have all of these tools, money, whatever it is, right, and I'm looking to build a solid foundation that will allow us to live in abundance, and you have some tools, money, the more tools that I use to build this foundation, the better it can be for us later for abundance. And then maybe you can talk about some of these delusional things about allowances and these and things of these natures. But we have to build together. And relationships nowadays, especially what I'm seeing, women are just take, no give. And as soon as that man that's given falls off, the attraction is gone, you're gonna get cheated on, all types of things is happening because men, we don't need to be delusional. If you lose what you had, your woman would be less attracted to you, period. I have a video to show this.
That's a big issue that no one ever talks about, right? I mean, within marriages, I've seen this many times. Within marriages, if the male takes a status hit, he also takes a attractiveness hit, and it's a severe hit. I've seen this many, many times, and no one will ever talk about it, but it's definitely the case. That's a big...
Guys, we don't need to be delusional. We don't need to have our head in the clouds. This is the truth. So when in a relationship, my philosophy is, I need half of your income for a woman. I need my woman to give me money so I can invest that money so we can live possibly abundantly. Based off of risk, educated risk, calculated risk that I take. I'm gonna need you to invest your money into this relationship also. Because like I said, the moment I lose, especially if you have a W-2 high paying job, the moment you lose the job, the level of attractiveness is gonna leave. Your woman's not going to be into you no more. You're not the same. And if you look at it from her perspective, it makes sense. You're not the same guy no more. How do I know you didn't get lucky with this W-2 and kiss ass on your way up? I don't know that. So now the woman she doesn't feel security anymore. The sexual attraction is dropped because she's uncertain. And what I'm saying is, let's build together. Let's put the money together. I need you to get a job. I need you to work. And I need at least half your income, maybe all of the income, and we can live off one income and put our money together and try to invest that into something that's gonna yield us some cash flow and gonna ease up some of this financial burden. That's important. We gotta build together. We gotta work together. You can't do it alone now. All of this weird talk with women talking about this money and all that shit, it's like, that makes no sense. All of the money you asking for, all of the money you're talking about makes no sense. You know, I call it, and I coin it, the Wendy's theory. You know, that's what I call it, the Wendy's theory, or whatever fast food restaurant you want to make up or say. What I'm saying and proposing is that all of these women that ask for all of these things, I want my man to have this, I want all of this money, I want an allowance, all of these things. I can find, especially being an analytical person and just analyzing, I can find the same exact woman 1 or 2 towns over, 1 or 2 gyms over, that looks just like you, maybe even better, or slightly below, but good enough for me, that won't cost me as much money as you. So why should I mess with you? Why? And all of those women that have those issues, do you know and notice that they're never in long-term relationships, ever? You won't be in a long-term relationship. Because the men now, it's not about not being stupid. They can't afford you. They're broke. They're broke. In every sense of the word, broke. They're still trying to figure it out. So how am I going to try to figure it out and also try to court you at the same time when I got to spend all the money on all the dates? I got to spend all the money every time we go out. You never come in and reach in your pocket to do anything. You know your woman loves you when she spends money on you. And how much? All of it. All of it. You're the man, you're to protect and provide. If you're going to take that role of protect and provide, then you need to provide me with all of the tools you possibly can provide me with so I can do that. And that's money, that's affection, all of those things. Those are tools. Money being a tool I'm talking about right now. Provide me with as many tools as I can, your money and my money put together, and then we can build something and find out a way that we can live abundantly. And then maybe you can get allowance then. But until that happens, what are you talking about? You can be replaced by the girl at Wendy's. You can be replaced by somebody with less of an attitude that can be molded, that's willing to listen, to a real leader that understands the pragmatic approach that you're taking to life and investing so you can be financially independent. When you're playing a financially independent game, your game is different from everybody else. I went 15 years, damn near 15 years with only one vacation. When you're playing a financially independent game, your game is different from everybody else. You're not worried about the score that somebody else's, you're not worried about the score of somebody else's game. You can't be. That's a different game they're playing. Their philosophy is totally different. They want to run the ball. They want to run the ball. That's what they do. They run the ball. Their whole philosophy is built on running the ball. I'm air raid. I like throwing the ball. I like going deep. I like doing different things. I can't mix the philosophy. I could look at little things here and there, but to mix the philosophy, it doesn't work that way. I'm playing my own game, and I got to stick to that game. And there's certain things that I might not get that the other person gets to do because my game is different. My game is different. I couldn't go out to party every weekend. I couldn't. My game was different. My game was probably considered boring and corny. And I get it. I definitely get it because there were times it was boring and maybe I even thought it was corny. But it was the game that was played for financial independence. It's different. And when it comes to dealing with women, if you're going to deal with a woman that's not playing the same game you're playing, what are you doing? See, it's simultaneously taken away from how long it's going to take for you to get where you need to go. If she's not on the same page, if you guys not on the same frequency, I call it a game. If you're not playing the same game, then what are you doing? Now you don't have two people working together, or you don't have one person that's working at something. You have one person working at something and the other person simultaneously taking it apart. It's not going to work that way. Women are delusional with that type of talk. I do not get it. No one is making that money nowadays right now. And even if they are, there's affordability crisis right now. And you want allowance? You don't get any allowance at $100,000 a year. I need you to get a job so we can live off of my income and we can take everything you're getting, you can give that to me so we can invest that later on when this economy opens up or when things changes, to give us an opportunity so we can live abundantly. That's all I'm saying. If you like what you watch, please leave a comment below or share it with somebody to help grow the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you want. Thanks for watching. This is Ronald West TV. I'm out.